guys, welcome to the Digimon Squadcast. We're your hosts,
Adriana,
Mariah,
and Maddie.
For those of you that have been following the announcement posts on Tumblr, which is at thedigisquadcast.tumblr.com, the first episode of our podcast is just an introduction of what you can expect from us and a way for you to get to know us. If you're just tuning into the podcast and don't follow us on social medias, then you should, because we're cool, you know?
we really want to do a podcast just because we feel like a lot of people are coming into the fandom and a lot of people are new and excited because of Digimon Tri coming out at some point this spring. And we don't really know.
We know there's a lot of different media coverage out there for Digimon, but we kind of want to do something a little bit different. We're not going to be reviewing episodes. We're not going to get critical about anything. Okay, we might get critical about stuff.
But
we might go over certain things.
The themes and like topics and stuff that encompass the series as a whole instead of like this specific moment in this specific episode and this specific arc of this season. Like we don't want to be summarized.
When this character did that.
Yeah.
We're not going to be like that.
There's a lot of wonderful podcasts that already cover all of those things, so we're just going to leave that to them and maybe go over some stuff, but not in full detail of every episode.
And a lot of it comes from a lot of these people that are putting on these things are rediscovering the series for the first time in their adult lives and for the first time from a new perspective since they were children watching the series. We have literally been watching the series like religiously since it aired on TV, so like, we're not rediscovering anything.
Yeah. No. Unlike a lot of people, we never really left the Digimon fandom. We've been there since day one, and we're here now, 16 years later.
Like more than half our lives. It's a little obsessive.
Just a little. We're not super great at planning. We're just
not
winging it.
Professionals by any stretch of the imagination. We're just people that wanted to discuss this in a forum that we can share with you guys and discuss and share our feelings because we have so many feelings.
Oh, don't get me started on feelings because I will start talking about Takari for 10 years. What are some things that people can look forward to? Everything, probably everything.
We want everyone to be involved. We want it to be like super interactive. We don't want to just be like these people off in the distance that talk and our word is law. We want you guys to send in your thoughts and feelings and disagreements.
Yeah. Like even though our word is law, we still want to hear your opinions.
But on a serious note, we are going to try and do contests and giveaways. Yeah. We are going to try and get some really cool guests on the show. And for those, we might, depending on how the schedule works out, we might end up doing a live broadcast for that.
That'd be so cool.
So now that you guys know kind of what our thoughts are, even though our thoughts are a little unorganized at the moment, we really want you guys to know kind of who we are and why we're doing this and what our feelings are, because as we mentioned, we have a lot of feelings.
A lot of feelings. So as we stated in the beginning, I'm Maddie. I'm at Maddie Kira on pretty much every social media thing ever, because I'm so not original. I've been in and out of the Digimon fandom on Tumblr specifically for about 4 years now. It's a long time. But I've been in the Digimon fandom since I was 5, and I'm 21 now. I know, that's really old. So, I mean, it's not that old, but still.
After stating that, you're like, wait.
Don't judge me, I feel old.
It's all good.
And we did state that we don't all live together. We don't live in the same country.
Nope.
I'm from Alberta, Canada.
I'm Adriana, and all my my Tumblr username is Adriana as well, but it's spelt how it's pronounced. I don't know how to explain that in a better way. And then my other social media is at Adriana Marianne. I'm actually going to be 24 years old in May, so if Maddie's old, I'm literally like the old woman emoji. But I've been, Digimon's been my favorite show since I was like 7, I think. I was like grade 2. And yeah, I've just always been obsessed with it, like unhealthily obsessed with it. And I also live in Canada, but I'm from Vancouver, which is in a different province from Maddie.
I'm Mariah. Some people on here may know me as Taikamiya with 2 A's because Taikamiya with 1 A was taken. I am the baby of the group. I'm 19, which isn't really that much younger if Maddie just turned 21. You are not that old. You're now just partying in the life of Canada and
Canada, you can party.
Canada's legal age is like 18, 19.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm not in Canada. I'm in Los Angeles. Yay. Cool. I basically live next to like 100 different movie stars. It's crazy. No, I'm kidding. I've been around like in the fandom for like I've had like my account for like the last 2 years, but I've been on like other social media like casually posting stuff, trying not to annoy all the people I like know really well by posting stuff about the show. But then I was like, you know what? I just need to like dedicate like a blog, and then I met Maddie and Adriana, and the rest is history.
Aww,
Yeah.
so nice.
Crazy.
So I guess that's kind of a good segue into how did we all meet?
Well,
I don't even remember how myself and Adriana met. It was such a long time ago now.
So long ago.
It was a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it was through Fuck Yeah, Digidestin?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah, I think I used to,
Yeah,
because I was an admin on there, or whatever. I am an admin on there. And Maddie used to send in comments and like provide discussion topics, which I always appreciated. And I used to creep her blog and be like, there's a girl. And as someone who grew up with 2 brothers, I didn't really have any friends that also liked Digimon. And my brothers didn't even really like Digimon, but I made them like Digimon so I wouldn't feel so alone. And so Maddie was kind of like the first person that I was really like, here's a girl, she likes Digimon, she's really cool. And she reached out, I believe, first and was like, hey, let's be friends. So
Probably.
we messaged like, back and
Probably.
forth pretty
Yeah.
heavily. And then you like dropped off the face of the earth for like a year. And I was like thinking, I was like, why?
Through with me.
I wonder how Maddie's doing.
I've been there though.
But I was stoked when you came back, and here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Our, like,
4 years later.
Woohoo!
And then I was like, I'm joining the posse.
Woohoo!
And I, like, literally crashed in. Like, my first month of just, like, even being on there, I was like, hi, everyone. I am a force to be reckoned with. I'm going to put my opinions in everything. And people were like, what the heck? Who are you? I remember that.
No, I was so happy about it because the Takari picture I posted. That's how
I
we came
remember.
to be. That's how we became TK and Matt.
That's true. Aw. Wow. I just reblogged that the other day, and then I reblogged the one where I was talking about how Adriana reblogged me on FYDD, and I was like fangirling, and I was like, is this what fame feels like? I literally wrote that. And Maddie's like, oh, that's Adriana. She's really cool. And then there's Greg, and I'm still like, who is Greg? Like, to this day, who is Greg?
Like this shadowy figure in the
Shadowy- the Jedi.
He's Digigod.
Yeah.
Yes, he's Jedi. Basically, okay, for those of you who don't know who Greg is, he created Fuck Yeah, Digidestined.
Which is a
Yeah,
blog on
right.
Tumblr, for those
It's a
who
big
don't
deal.
know that.
My first impressions? Oh god. That's a really good question, actually.
It was so
I
long
didn't
ago.
think about it. It was so long ago. Mostly, it was like, oh my god, Adriana, she's like, fuck yeah, Digidestined. She is the blog. Because she kind of took it over and
I
was
like
the one
a
who posted
ruthless
most.
teacher on that thing.
And then, oh, little Mariah.
That's me.
She's hilarious. She's hilarious. Like, for real. If you guys don't Follow her. You need to. It's so funny.
I need to put out my Snapchat for everyone. Like, that's what people
Oh
need
my
to follow
gosh.
me on.
Yes.
That's where it gets real.
Actually, don't. Her Snapchats are weird.
I know, I was always like, I feel so weird. And Maddie's like, no, you need to add Mariah on Snapchat and you'll feel so much more normal. That's okay.
I won't argue.
My first impressions, to be honest, I don't really remember too much of my first impressions of Maddie. It was a very long time ago, but it was very similar. It was like, I think you still had dark hair or blonde hair or something. Like, it was still a very natural color, but you always took like these very Nexopia, like hipstery pictures.
Yes.
And I was like, why don't I look like this? Like, this is like like, you're like perfect. And I was like, I don't understand how you're a real person. You're like, I always just pictured you being animated. Like, you were always just like this little animated pixie person. And then and then you started liking like my stuff, and you started like with my fan fiction, you always gave me such nice things. I was like, you're just like the nicest, you're like a little fairy, you're just like so nice, and it was awesome. I appreciated you. I still appreciate you. I'm just I bow down. And then Mariah, I was kind of like, you like kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't really, to be honest, I don't really follow too many people in the Digimon fandom. I don't know why, to be honest, but like Maddie is probably one of the people, and then I kept seeing like this girl like pop up with this like cardboard cutout of Tai, and I was like, what the heck did you get a cardboard cutout of Tai Kamiya? I want one. And I'm like, and how is her face doing that thing where it's like perfect also? I was like, so amazing that there's such attractive people in this fandom that I never knew existed until I joined Tumblr. And yeah, so I was very excited. I used to like stalk your blog, and then like when you guys started talking about me, I was like, yeah, this is my chance to pounce, and I followed you. And I'm like, yay!
That makes me so happy. Aw, my heart, it's a pitter-pattering.
Well, I'm so glad.
We just got all sentimental and sappy.
I'm glad we all mutually love each other.
I always like bringing this up. I'm very fond to my first Digi memory.
Okay.
I was home from school, and I was watching YTV, which is the channel that played like Pokemon and all the stuff in Canada.
Yes.
So I was sitting in the couch in our sunroom watching TV, and Pokemon was just over, and it was like, coming up next, Digimon, and I was there. I'm like 7 years old, and I was like, so they spelled Pokemon wrong, and they said it wrong, and so I'm watching there, and it was like the first episode ever, like it was the premiere, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is not Pokemon, this is not Pokemon, and from the rest is history. I was just sold from that point on.
I love it. Maddie, would you like to go?
I don't even know what my first Digi memory is, or like how I got introduced to the show, because I mean, I was like 5 at the time, so I don't really remember too much, but I just always remember being super in love with TK, and I really wanted to be Kari. Like, I wore the whistle, I whistled at people all the time, I cut my hair like Kari. It was a thing. Childhood me was, I was literally real life Kari.
You're so precious.
I know,
Like,
you're
I
so
can
cute.
quote almost anything Kari says.
That's a valuable life skill.
Yeah, that's important. Put that
I
on your
think
resume.
everyone-
I can do it.
Who
really
says
good.
there's no such thing as monsters? You're never quite the same after you meet your first Digimon. My name's Kari, and I'm part of a team called the Digidestin. There were only a handful of us at first, but we've added a few members since then. That's me, with TK, another one of the Digidestin. I did the thing.
My memories are super vivid. Like, I remember this, like, so well. So, first of all, though, I had, like, a crush on Tai, and my mom, yeah, like, everyone in my family would, like, tell everyone, like, I ever met about it. They, like, thought it was so funny, and, like, to this day, I honestly believe, like, why I'm so obsessed with, like, good hair on guys is because of Tai.
Like, these impossible standards for you.
Yeah, no, like, it's actually, like, a real issue. But, this isn't, like, my first one, but this is, like, one of my favorite memories ever. This really, like, defines me in relation to, like, TK and Kari. But, I have this memory, and I knew the show was being recorded. Like, it was before recording or anything, so I knew it wasn't being recorded. And I used to, like, record the episodes on, like, my VHS and, like, everything. Like, I'd get, like, blank VHS tapes, and I'd, like, record them.
Yeah. Me too. Oh, my God.
And, so I slept in one day, and it was, like, Saturday morning, and I knew that his master's voice was the episode that was going to be next. Like, I knew it. And I think it was, like, they were showing reruns, so I wasn't, like, 5. I was probably, like, 9. And I woke up late, you guys. Like, I woke up late, and the episode was already, like, kind of through, and I just made it before, like, the part in the dub, the, like, you know, the big confession, like, I care too much about you. And I was so happy that I, like, caught it, and, like, the rest of the day I was in, like, this hopeless romantic 9-year-old mode, and that just really, like, describes me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So those are my, like, 2 favorite memories.
Another one I have is I was in grade 6, so it was like, I think it was like, it might have been around the same time, to be honest, and season 2 was just like re-airing like over the summer or something, or like I guess it'd been re-airing a couple times, and there's this girl, and I was like the girl that liked Digimon. That was like my title in school. And there's this girl, and she always come up to me and was like, oh yeah, I watched your show, and they were all older, they were all like
Your
20.
show?
And I was like, that's never happened. So like for the first like few years of my Digimon like existence, I'd never seen the epilogue, like ever. I always missed it, and I don't know how this happened. And she kept telling me, and I thought she was just like BSing me and like making me feel bad. She's like, yeah, they're all married and had kids, and like I was like, no, that has not happened. That has not happened. I know this show. And then one day I was like, it was like Saturday morning and Digimon was on, and it was the last episode. I'm like, yeah, I've seen all this, and I'm watching, and then like, you know, at the end of it all like fades out, and then TK's in his office and he's like writing. I was like, what is this? What is this? What is happening? She was right. She did not lie to me. And I watched it. I'm like, I watched it. I'm happy I've seen it, but I feel like the whole Digimon experience has changed forever now. And so yeah, that was.
Thank God for Try.
I'm so excited. It was like, that's when, except the Revenge of Diaboromon or Diaboromon Strikes Back, I discovered that like when I was 16, so it was like this little Christmas miracle that I'd never heard of, and I found it, and I was like, oh my god, Digimon lives on.
Digimon lives on.
So
favorite characters, go. From Just Adventure.
Just Adventure?
Yeah. Well,
Kari?
In a second, like, 1 through 2.
1 through 2.
Kari.
Kari was my
and
favorite.
Davis. I love Davis.
Thank you. I love you too. Wait, did Adriana say her favorite? Did you say your favorite?
Kari was my favorite when I was little.
Oh.
Like, hardcore.
Yeah. Kari's, like, still, yeah. There's just no replacing Kari.
I have to say my, like, favorite, like, as an adult is Joe. Like, when I was little, like, growing up, I hated him. I thought he was so annoying. Like, oh my god, Joe, you have such a good experience. Like, this is such a great event. But, like, as an adult, like, as such a cynical, like, adult at this point in my life, I watch it, I'm like, yeah, that's how I would react to everything. Like,
really
he
agree.
hates everything.
Or I'd react like Izzy.
Yeah.
I am so Izzy.
I just really love TK. Like, he's, like, not my favorite, but he is my favorite, so that's why he's my favorite. You know?
That's so logical.
Who's your favorite Digimon?
Oh, God. So, someone just asked me this, and I said Angemon because, like, at the end of the day, like, it just is, but, like, Gomamon.
Gomamon is golden. Like,
Yeah.
the best addition to that show.
I used to think him and Joe were, like, the worst partners ever as a kid, and I was like, that's so wrong. Digimon, you fucked up. But watching it back as an adult, you're like, they're perfect for each other. But also Lady Debimon.
I'd say probably Angemon, to be honest. She was always, like, my favorite, but I also liked Gomamon as well.
There's just no beating Gomamon.
We have a mutual love for Gomamon, and if you don't like him, y'all need to leave.
No, don't
Please,
leave.
though. We
Yeah.
appreciate you. Please stay around. You can leave
Please
for a
like
bit.
us.
You can leave and get a drink and then come back.
So if just a little snippets you've heard of who we are right now, and you'll totally learn a lot more that you really probably didn't want to know later on. What do you think our crests would be? And better yet, what would your crests be?
True. I
Yeah.
want to know.
Send us a message and let us know.
Alright, so yeah, basically this fine episode was just us rambling about, kind of introducing ourselves, to ask you guys some questions. If there's anything you guys would like to see in further episodes, please send us some messages and let us know.
So thanks so much for tuning in, you guys, and listening, and we hope you could understand our uncomprehendable rambling and laughing, and we're having such a good time doing this, and we hope you're having a good time listening, and it's only up from here.
Yeah, trust me, we only get better. Like, I don't see this getting any worse. Just bear with us. It's awesome to us that you guys are excited about this because it means we're not alone. And like we said, be interactive with us. Send us messages, like, do whatever. Be involved. We want that. We want to, like, read your questions. We want to talk with you and be interactive and, yeah, just help us out.
And remember, everyone, relationships come and go, but Digimon is forever.
Talk to you
Until
later.
next time.